Welcome, friends, to our Friday Fast Blitz stream here on lichess and Twitch. International Master William Paschall with the Macro Panda. Hanging out on a Friday, we've got the Euro-facing time here. So basically, twice a week as of right now, Mondays and Fridays, I'm trying to do this 12:30 Eastern Time stream to give those of you in the European area, for example, because I live, I understand, I live in Europe most of the year, in Hungary. I want to give you guys who are regulars from Europe a chance to play and participate while you're not falling asleep. Asterbait, thanks for the donation, 2 bits. Jim leading this week. It's still kind of early, but we've got today's stream and Sunday to cross the 1,000 barrier. Jim donating 700. Dragon BC with 500, Mr. Coffee 253. I think I was kind of lax in soliciting donations this week. So let's get it together, guys. It's been kind of a cheap week. That's all right, though. I appreciate all you guys. We've had a lot of subscriptions. A lot of subscriptions here. All right. Asterbait is in the house. I'm going to take sort of any challenges, not necessarily subscribers. No subscriber favoritism in the order of challenges I'm accepting today. I just want to remind once again before we get started, Tuesdays we do an arena every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to make that a password-enabled tournament. So if you come Tuesday, you've got to ask myself or one of the regulars in the stream for the password. And we're going to grill you with a series of FBI-like questions to make sure that you're not a troll who wants to troll my arena stream. All right, Mubat. Thank you. Fast Friday Casual Blitz, playing viewers in order with instructional commentary. Established accounts with 50 rated games are welcome to challenge. Okay, guys, let's go to the... We've got no challenges yet. Let's go to the lobby. I love the lobby. I love the lobby bar. Where's the lobby bar? Lobby. Hi. What's up, HDFP? Lobby bar. What do we got for fast? There's a 5+3 rated Petron. A Hungarian. Petron is gone. It's not enough to be Hungarian. You have to be good too. So let's get some challenges, guys. Asterbait. Bob, don't be shy. Don't have to be a subscriber to play first. I've got coffee, lemonade. It's a non-alcohol stream. Teetotal stream. Gained a pound this week, so going on a diet. I shaved my beard and I still gained a pound. I don't understand. I thought I would have lost a pound sheerly in beard weight. Just doesn't. I don't know. I don't overeat. I don't understand. T-Rex 7 is challenging me. Sounds good. All right, let's go. T-Rex 7. I recall that everybody plays like Grandmaster against me, but they played quite credibly for 1298. 1298 sounds like a price. That's his rating. Shave. I want to shave my head. I don't want to be like Bruce Willis. All right. I don't look good with a shaved head, I'm sure. D4, knight f6, knight f3. I was actually thinking of playing a c5 today. I think we're going to go with another Asterbait-like system with a c5. Let me guess, the London system. The most people are playing the London system with bishop f4 on move 2. He's playing this. The I don't know what you call it. I mean, to me, it's just, I guess it's just a queen pawn game, but it could be a form of Veresov. It's like an anti-King's Indian system, essentially. Looks like a young William. Yeah, so I played this system. There's a couple different ways that white can play it, actually. With the bishop on g5, typically I'm seeing a lot of bishop f4. That's trendy. The bishop on g5, right. I can play knight e4 here. But that's not good, or it's good? Takes Isn't the bishop normally going to there? To f4? Yeah. It's a little like a Grunfeld, but it's not. Trendy chess moves. I'm confused already. I never encounter this anymore. So bishop f4 is the move I usually would play. I think I had a rapid game with the guy in Budapest in like 2015 or 2014. Totally random memory just came back to me. No, it doesn't make sense though. It wasn't the same position. Because here he can't play knight d2 without dropping the d4 pawn. Yeah, knight g1 is awkward for white. Clearly he doesn't really want to do that. c5, pawn takes pawn, queen a5 check, queen d2, queen c5. His bishop will eventually resurface with 92, but it takes a while. I was thinking about c5, but I'm unconvinced about it. Juicebox, the stream is just for you. This is the Asian stream. I just making up lies is part of today's respected part of today's society, apparently. All right, what's up, Juicebox? The Asians benefit indirectly from my Euro stream. Basically, what would be 6 o'clock in the morning is only 12 now. So everybody benefits. Those people in like, I don't know, Auckland, New Zealand probably don't appreciate this time. Actually, that's not probably that far from you, is it? A little worried about my pawn on e4, but I'm forcing his hand. We can always play f5. It's not the end of the world. I don't want to just do that blindly, though. An Asian stream. Bob. Bob, you look toward your fellow countrymen. 92, knight c6. Lion Hawaiians? What are you trying to say? All right. Hawaiians known for their lying. Just kidding. Yeah, this is just a matter of time. So basically, he's playing the Caro Kann. But again, T-Rex, T-Rex, I don't know, man. 1298, but you play a solid brand of opening. I've got to give you credit for that. Cheapo, in effect. I don't know if this is a good move. I didn't expect him to take that way. I was hoping he would take with a c-pawn and drop a piece. Seems too good, again, for 1298. Opening he plays extremely well. Maybe he's an opening specialist, 1298. I think I could be in some trouble here. Bishop check, bishop d7. Again, like the best possible move. Very few players who can do that at that rating level. White has some tiny disadvantage now because of the d3 square. Yeah, where does spitting originate as an insult? I guess that goes back to primordial times. I was playing this poker game once where someone spit on the dealer. It was pretty bad. I've never really witnessed anything quite that out of line. Well, the rule here is that we usually have like 50 games in order to play. That's what we do. 29 games doesn't quite make it. So he's going for that guy. No, I don't want to let you trade my Monster Knight. The Monster Knight. I usually go for 50, really 100 games is what I'd like to see. There was that, Bob, there was that news story like last year about the high school principal who got fired for like pooping in the in the woods next to the high school or something like that. It was really weird. I thought that would be right up your alley, that kind of news story. Anyway, we're not going to go there today. All right, that's the last sort of disgusting, weird thing we're going to mention. I'm going to call it out. No stupid, weird, disgusting commentary on random things today. He said he had some kind of, condition. He had a condition that he had to do it. Okay, Queen B3 A6. That was in my former home state of New Jersey, I believe. Queen B3 A6, very solid 1200 here. I've got challenges from Sakamano, Save a Dog, the Justice of Dictator. Dictator of Justice. Vichy the player, and Emo Lord doesn't really have enough games. Vichy the player. Weird, I thought I saw somebody who was from, like, North Korea, but I guess I misread it. E5 certainly looks viable. I've taken away all of his knight squares. Go back to knight jail. And we start rolling. Rolling with the king side. Rolling with rooks. I mean, I like this position. I'm not sure this is the best move, though. He's a little too good for 1298. I don't understand his rating. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. 1622 I could accept, but 1298, no. Just keeps making, like, really, really solid moves continuously. That's not what you do when you're 1298. 1298's like just drop pieces. Doesn't make a lot of sense. 50 challenges. You mean 50 games? I don't understand the question, Lars Salini. Man, king safety. King safety or passed pawn? What are we going to play for? Oh, he has knight c5. Yeah, I'll take this. Still very solid blockade. An accurate continuation. I managed to eke out a strong passed pawn. Like, how could he possibly be 1298? Sort of insane. You're not fooling anybody, bud. You're not 1298. You let your little brother play? Or your son, who's like 3 years old? Is that why you're 1298? See, I want to play people whose ratings are legitimate, so I have an accurate idea that they're really what they say they are, and I'm not playing like someone who's going to beat me down like a grandmaster who's rated 1298, essentially. That's sort of humiliating when that happens. So I usually go for like Didn't see a knockout blow there. G4 could be strong. But your little brother, like, playing in your account with a different strength is not cool. I prefer if people have 100 games, but we'll take 50 in this instance. So he's just like dropping pieces now. It's weird. Yeah, well, he did well there till he ran out of time. Then he's like just basically different story. Weird. Okay, Bob is up next. Mr. Bob, what's up, guys? Rook f2 didn't win. Well, there was a moment where I could have played rook f2, and his queen was on b3. And I calculated it, and I just, you know, saw check on e3, king f1, and I didn't see how I finished him off. But it's possible that I had rook e8. Give me chocolate cake. In retrospect, it probably won by playing rook e8 after sacrificing the exchange to threaten a nasty... No, maybe that wouldn't work, though. His queen was on b3. Yeah, it's possible that it works. Bob Sacamano. Someone mentioned queen a7 check. You know what, Bob? I missed that completely. That I had queen a7 check after having played b5. The Bobster. Bobster Lobster. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Fast Friday. We're doing just 5+3. I want everybody to have 50 to 100 games. You have to go what, Juicebox? Pick up an escort? I'm sorry, I'm very bad at reading comprehension. I just skimmed it. Okay, bishop c4, a6. Sorry. Yeah, I don't like bishop c4 against e6 type setups, Bob. I like bishop c4 against e5 type structures, or d6 maybe. But I think the e6 is the worst place to play bishop c4. I was just having this conversation with one of my students this morning. You know, if I were to play something stupid like e5, you'd have a fantastic diagonal. Okay, whatever. It's still playable. This is just not a really good square for the bishop when black has this white square pawn structure. Minor, it's a minor thing. See, there's a tempo. I get b5 for free. Who did I have a game with that was almost identical to this, actually? Was it you, Bob? I had the feeling it was Big Money. Was it my game with Big Money was different? No, that was... We went over that game yesterday in our subscriber stream. This is totally different. Yeah, you're the escort. Military escort. Buses are scary in most locations. I say that all the time, Masturbate. You know, you could just any day you could get hit by a bus. You got to appreciate life. Well, you can. Another little rated player that plays like that guy. Plays like the guy. Like you play like you're 1600 when you're 1200 or what? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm trying to hold off on knight c6. It's kind of complicated, but To make a long story short, I would say that knights on c6 oftentimes block the bishop on b7, and I prefer a hedgehog type formation here. Having said that, you know, the option would be like knight c6, knight a5, go after his bishop. But I think actually Bob has pretty good position here. This is sort of reasonable. Reasonable setup, Bob. Unruly buses. Did you encounter an unruly bus recently, Acerbate? Are you possibly on the bus on your mobile phone or something? Anyway, you're off to bed. Wait, I don't understand. I thought you had to pick someone up. All right, my reading comprehension again is not what it should be. Now Bob has e5. Okay, let's see. e5, knight c6. Queen goes to like e3. Surprise. I'm just trolling you with the e5. So you have the short bus, right? But those seem basically usually a little safer than the normal buses. Don't they, Acerbate? Got to be extra careful with the short bus. Short bus drivers are, you know, I think a little bit more sensitive. I hope they're a little more sensitive to the passengers. How was my driving? No cheers and no Mubat. Where's Mubat? Mubat was here. Mubat should be up. Mubat's here. It just put up the cheers a second ago. I see it. Juicebox, take care. Thanks for joining us just for a little bit. Guys, don't forget to support the stream, like Mr. Jim. The bit leader just arrived. 700 bits this week. Hopefully some of our European guys will be along today. I'd like to see Oms or Clash Kid. Thing is, I think that people forget that I'm streaming on Mondays and Fridays because I'm doing the American afternoon times, Tuesdays, you know, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Mr. Bob just dropped a pawn. Thank you, Bob. Very generous of you, sir. I can't say enough kind things. And this is a whole different story. Basically, Bob missed knight c6 because if I had played d takes e5 without knight c6, it would have been horrendous for me. This is a dream position. This Tetris here, two bishops with open diagonals. The bishop on there. Oh, it's over. Bob just blew the game in one move, basically playing e5. When I said play e5, he played e5. When I say jump, Bob, you jump. There's no excuse. It's too early for Bob, I think. He offers a draw. No. I'm not like Nefedov. I don't take draws in winning position. You're going to play e5 anyway. But, you know what? I think your position was actually pretty okay. If you don't play e5. Let's take a look. Got all the active pieces developed. Engine really likes it. Wow. Plus 0.7 after bishop takes f6. I'm not sure. I think that's going to go down. I mean, bishop f6, I don't actually buy that at all. I don't like this move for white at all. I think Stockfish is smoking crack. Okay, there's a point to it. I understand now. So queen f6, queen b6. Eee. That's a problem. So I have to take with the g pawn? Okay. Then I can understand. The engine thinks that white is slightly better here. But I'm used to playing this structure. It's like a normal rouser. It's slightly better for white. Alright, Save a Dog up next. Guys, challenge me to 5+3 unrated. That is casual. What do you guys see for my stream title? I tried to change my stream title, but it's not showing up when I view my own stream. Can somebody copy and paste the stream title? Tell me what you got. Twitch acts funny. Oh, you got the sweet and easy to beat. Okay, because it doesn't show up on mine. It's really weird. My Twitch is really twitchy. It just doesn't always show up. But Bob, are you copying that from lichess or from Twitch itself? Just out of curiosity. Is it showing up right in both locations? On my Twitch stream, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't add the sweet and easy to beat. Save the dog. Uh-huh. On lichess, it says the old title. Yeah, it's really quirky. It's really weird. It just, like, seems buggy. You change the title, and, like, in some places it shows up one way. In some places it shows up the other. It grabs the old title. Whatever. And that was the point. It was funny, you know. I would like it to be on lichess like that, but whatever. Whatever. Save a dog. Very tough player in time pressure. He's like a time... By the way, his rating is outrageous. 1426. This is a guy who's like a specialist in increment. But Bob, I don't do this, you know. I don't do this to have the most viewers, you know. If I did, I would be doing something completely different. I would be, you know, like a cam boy or something. I would do like a sex stream or something, you know. If I was looking for the maximum numbers of, you know, viewers. Obviously, I'm doing this is more of a labor of love for me, you know. Not, you know, not my thing. I mean, not trying to market myself, and my goal isn't to make as much money as possible. You could also ask her, you know, how many chess students she has, because it's probably like 0. All right, Queen B6. You got to choose what you want to do in life. I mean, if I wanted to be rich, I wouldn't have been a chess player in the first place. As Elon Schwartz says, chess leads to perpetual brokenness. I accept that, you know. So I'd be in the porn business if I wanted to make money. But I have my principles, Bob. Sometimes you just have to stand by your principles. If I wanted to create garbage content, you know, I could make cheap videos and sell them box sets for like $500, like Susan Polgar or something, you know. But I have more self-respect than that. And also, I don't want to make chess, you know, I don't want to, I feel like people that do that kind of stuff, they cheapen chess. They're like not respecting the game. I think you may have been naive enough to think, you think that I did? Are you kidding? I went to an extremely expensive university where all of my friends are like extremely wealthy. All of my friends from college. And I knew, I mean, I knew what I'm doing. I mean, I didn't have any kind of, you're being sarcastic again. I knew what I was doing was stupid, you know, from a financial standpoint, but I do what I like, you know, and that's the important thing. I don't have to be anybody's whore. It's true. That school was only $50 cheaper than Harvard. Basically. If that. I know how to waste money. The important thing is that I got to meet a lot of girls and tell them that I'm a chess player. That alone made a difference to me, you know. Even though I knew that I wouldn't be independently wealthy in my career, I had, you know, that extra incentive of introducing myself to girls at parties and being like, hey, I'm a chess player. Don't you have any expertise in some openings? So to write a book, for example. I mean, books suck, actually. You'd be much better off being a cam girl. I mean, I think that it's really not profitable to write chess books. They're not like writing other kind of books where you can make a good amount of money. I could, sure. You seem to remember that you were on Marlborough Street such a long time ago. I'm not sure. Uber driver, did I mention that on the stream? How would you know that? The Uber driver. Uber driver, giving away little bits of information. Oh, you went there too once. Uber driver. All right. Don't give away too much information, or I might figure out who you are. You gotta be careful with your identity, Uber driver. Wouldn't want anyone to find out. Of course, it doesn't narrow it down that much. The Marlborough Street frat house. Many a crazy thing happened there. Okay, Queen A5. At least I had a good sounding address. I refuse to be a chess whore. No, I mean, writing chess books is okay, but you don't make a lot of money. You make something, but everyone I know who's written chess books is like always complaining about basically how little they get. So it's kind of like, why bother? All right, I'm sort of stuck here against Save Dog. 1426. 1426. We got a new message. Very important, no doubt. Telemarketing. What do I do? Change of plans. Down to 1 minute. Some girl I knew there organized parties. Somehow she managed to attend there for 7 years and not get a degree. I came close to that, Uber driver. I did like 5.5 and barely got my degree. It's easy, you know, I can see how that could be easy to do. Party professional. There was a lot of, at Boston University, there was a lot of really wealthy, like European students who had crazy money. They would have like Porsches, party every night, have like, you know, $500,000 apartments. It was pretty weird. Okay, Queen H5. Morales was obviously one of those guys. Maybe some of you don't realize that Morales and I are alumni of the same, one of our subscribers. We're actually fellow alumni, the same university. Morales is not here. Yeah, okay, the ebooks on Chessable. Well, everybody's doing that now. Bandwagon. I hate the band. I mean, if I write a chess book, I don't want to write it for the money. I want to just do it as a labor of love, you know? That's a thing. I mean, most people who write chess books are just doing it to make a quick buck. Well, you're talking about Fisher's book as number 3, Astrobate, but you realize, as we've discussed previously, that is not a book he actually, you know, produced. Unless you're talking about My 60 Memorable Games. I'm thinking that you're talking about the other book. Blunder. Beep. There was this guy in Harvard Square, Vlad, and he had created this word with a Russian accent. Blunder. It was like basically all one word. Blunder with the F word, all merged into one. Try to keep it family friendly here. You just said beep? Moobot deleted beep? What? Wow, look at this. Save a Dog is 1400. I don't think so. Save a Dog. Dude, how is he? How? Can you explain that to me? How can your blitz rating be 1400? How does that even work, dude? What? How can you be 1400 and play like this? That doesn't make any sense, dude. Look at this. It's like playing a Grandmaster. It looks like this is like Botvinnik versus Lilienthal. I mean, how is he 1400? If he wasn't a subscriber, I would be suspicious, honestly. If he wasn't a regular and a subscriber, he brings out his best game. Just like the Uber driver. I mean, no kidding, dude. And he's faster than me, too. Just like insta moves. What? Save a Dog, I don't understand how you can be 1400. Actually, I don't know. It's just pretty crazy. Now he like dropped a piece. Wow. I mean, actually there he might even be clearly better because he has B takes C. That is a rare blunder. I mean, usually he plays really well in increment time pressure. But he doesn't normally hang pieces. He's played games like this in simul's all the time. I mean, check this out. He does not just drop pieces. No. I mean, so my knight is hanging after this. You have BC and BC and rook B8, and you're just winning. I mean, Black played like a perfect game until that move. Like, literally. Alexa, mute yourself. And behave. Justice of Dictator. That's messed up. I've played Justice of Dictator 7 times. I have no recollection. Wow. Rock and Eagle, don't make any assumptions. It's not a woman. It's a robot, okay? I went to the supermarket. I don't know if I told this story. I went to the supermarket, and the neurotic guy at my local supermarket who runs the seafood department, he was going off because they've had a strike against the ownership recently, fighting for more money. And owners of the supermarket spent like tens of thousands of dollars to buy this like robot that cleans up messes in like the aisles of the supermarket. And the guy just he's losing his mind. You know, they went on strike and the company's like spending money on this robot. And so every single customer that came to the seafood department, he would like start neurotically like, have you heard about the robot? Have you seen the robot? No, robots are not, you know, human yet, Rock and Eagle, so we don't have to associate. We don't have to associate, you know, abuse, because I'm abusive because I dislike robots taking over the world. Like the seafood guy. All right. Dictator of Justice. Basically, I'm like black here. I'm black in the London system. Okay, this is a well-known variation, I guess. Queen b6, c5, queen b3, ab3. And there was this kind of crazy FIDE master from New Jersey, Brian McCarthy. He used to play the London system religiously. This was his repertoire. The London system with white. He was way ahead of his time. He must be in heaven now. He's older now, but he must be in heaven now that the London system is like the height of popularity. This is a guy who played the London system and the Slav his whole life. That's so little did he know. The day would come. But Justice of Dictator misses b5. This is a very important point. You don't want to miss here. Uber driver says rook c8 forced. Well, rook somewhere. Before g6. Right. No, I guess I'm black with an extra tempo against the London system here. But honestly, this move bugs me a little bit. But anyway, I told the story how I lost to John Shaw in Hastings a few streams ago. If not like a week ago or something. Futile to troll us with the perverted stuff there. But anyways, futile attempt. Just ridiculous. Bob didn't get to copy and paste it. Bob, I will ban you if you copy and paste that stuff again. Bobby boy. Do I really want to play bishop f4? Do you really want to hurt me? Well, I guess I'm going to do it this way. Block our bishop in. Secure d4. Threatening to win a pawn. Sladgy told me in private that you're his favorite troll. Luckily, we don't have so many that's not difficult, you know, to choose a favorite troll. Guys, join the stream. What's up? Joanna tries is streaming. She said it makes her nervous if people raid her streams. I don't know. She was being serious or not. E3. She's playing Fortnite. Looks like. Anyway. We need more trolls. The troll arena. I'll make the password for Tuesday like, I hate trolls. I love trolls, would be more ironic. Wow, another B pawn. This is my B pawn and this is my other B pawn. B pawn. Oh, Melon Mood Dude was playing Fortnite and raided Joanna. That explains it. What am I gonna do? Yeah, this is a good move. Thematic. Gotta keep it all protected. The queenside majority. Majority of queenside. I guess taking with the pawn is going to create some problems for me. Now 97. And after a bad opening, Justice of Dictator is sort of threatening to survive here. Hello, dude mood. Justice of Dictator. Who is this guy? Oh, no information. I don't remember playing them 7 times. Where the heck did I play Justice of Dictator 7 times? And why do I have no recollection of those games? Isn't that kind of strange? Can't believe I screwed this up. Bob, you're getting weird with me. When was the last time I punched another person? At a poker game when I was drunk in Budapest, like 4 or 5 years ago, probably. This guy was... I don't really remember. I got kicked out of this poker club. I was really drunk, but he was out of line, and we both got probably kicked out. I think I was the one who initiated the physical attack, though. But it was all kind of hazy now. That was probably the last time. No, I mean, it was, it was just one. The bouncer or whatever intervened pretty quickly. And I was basically like punching the guy across the table. He was on the other side of the table, so I had to like lean across the table to attack him. If I remember correctly, it's all kind of a blur. All right, I'm just gonna have to give him this pawn. I don't know what's up with Justice of Dictator. Nah, I'm worse. Losing my key pawn on c5. Have I ever been arrested? What is this? Ask me weird questions. I've never really been arrested, thankfully. But once I got taken in a police car when I was a little kid because we were throwing snowballs at cars. I mean, they didn't really arrest me, but they could have. All right, Bishop e2. He's pretty strong. And why is Justice of Dictator so good suddenly? I don't know, a lot of weird games against people I don't know today. All right, Uber driver. Everybody's a grandmaster. It doesn't matter if you're 1200, 1400, or 1700. Okay, Castle's queenside is crazy, dude. What? Justice of Dictator proposes a take back? That's just weird, man. Just a weird thing to do. Is that to upset me or trick me or... What is the point of proposing a take back when I have 5 seconds left? I mean, what is that, dude? Seriously? To upset me? To distract me? I mean, wow. Who is this guy? That is totally unsportsmanlike. We're talking about me punching somebody and this guy's offering takebacks when I have 5 seconds left. Never ever do that, dude. And don't offer draws when somebody's like trying to think and they have 5 seconds left and there's like this flashing message. It's just weird. It's just rude to like distract your opponent when they're about to lose on time. I have 5 seconds and he has like 2 minutes and he offers me a take back. The governor of North Carolina just walked past my office. Wow. That's scary. Close to so much power, Bob. Maybe Justice of Dictator is like Cheesy Noob's other account. He does weird stuff like that all the time. Offering takebacks. Suspiciously strange moments. I was completely lucky here. I mean, I was probably close to lost. I don't even want to get into how weird that was, Mad Remus. I mean, I could do like a long explanation of why it was really weird, but I don't want to upset myself. It was extremely strange, dude, what you did there. And it's not the first strange thing. Whatever. I'm not even going to get into it. All right. A good dynamic move. I think I just blundered. I lost my knight. Oh no. Wow, he's taking that way. He almost fooled me. I thought he would take on a1 and get mated. Didn't want to go for that. Now I could get mated. He's trying, though. Damn, dude. He's not in the resigning. Who is? Alright, so another game I'm like lost, probably. Around here. 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 Black's better now. I screwed up a really good position. And I'm just barely maintaining equality. I thought I was like worse here. But castle's queenside. So where did he offer draw? Like there? Or was it take back when he makes a bad move? It's not like it was a mouse slip or something. You mouse slipped queenside castles? How do you mouse slip queenside castles? So Emo Lord, dude, just doesn't have enough games. Vichy the player. Let's check out this player. 113, misclicked, Nefedov, okay. Yeah, but I mean, you can't offer takebacks when your opponent is about to lose on time and you made a blunder, you know what I mean? That's not the way it works. Like a takeback is like if you dropped the rook on the wrong square, or, you know, especially not when the opponent's about to lose on time. Because I'm distracted when I see that flashing there, you know. All right. You know, maybe sometimes people intentionally offer draws just to mess with you, too. Mess with people too. But all right, Vichy the player. A lot of tough games. No, I know, but it's just like it's hard to concentrate when you have 5 seconds left and there's this thing that flashes like take back or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to take back a move. I don't want you to take. It's a competitive game. I mean, I'm not trying to like do take backs. I don't do take backs unless there's like a clear mouse slip. Okay, Vichy, let's go. Where is he? Vichy. Take backs are for babies. But seriously, if it's a clear instance of a mouse slip, then it's okay. You know, if you meant to castle but you play king f1, if you picked up a rook and put it on a square where it's hanging to 6 different pieces, because clearly you meant to put it on the next square, I'm okay. Different people have different rules about takebacks online, in online chess. A lot of people will say if it's a rated game, they'll never allow takebacks. I'll even allow obvious mouse slip takebacks in a rated game. Not if I have a lost position. Then it's like all bets are off. I'll never like give takebacks in a rated game if I have a lost position. If I have like 10 seconds left, somebody offers me a take back, I'm not going to give them a take back, you know. Blowbee's here. What's up? I don't know what's up with Vichy the player. So Vichy the player, we've got the closed Sicilian, right? This is weird. He's using all his time. Might have an internet problem. How you doing, Blowbee? Feeling better? More rested today? I mean, I'm at a big disadvantage playing because I'm trying to commentate my games already. So I can't be granting takebacks to everybody every time they make a mistake. I mean, I don't mean to sound mean about it, but we have nice weather here too, and my wife was saying the same thing to me in Budapest, that we had the same exact pattern, bad weather for a couple of days, much more beautiful today. So I guess you have the same weather in France. I guess you have it first, and then it goes east. That's a good sign. I don't know what happened with Vichy the player here. Maybe we'll just let him, like, you know... Can I abort the game? I can't abort the game now. Well, I can just resign. I mean... It's not rated. Claim victory. I claimed victory. He can challenge again later. Airbus. Alright, as long as you have 100 games. Vichy, the player, is one of those players who plays the closed Sicilian, right? I'm glad I didn't have to play that game. So, new opponent. So you can start another game, like, I guess Super Driver's trying to say, playing multiple games at once. The C3. That's sickening. Another London system player, no doubt. Now, there I like takes DC, BC, E4. Dynamic play. London system Clone Wars. I hate the London system. It's the most boring opening in chess. It's totally played by everyone. This is probably not the most common choice. E2 is a little bit safer placement for the bishop. Someone said hungry again? I'm not hungry. I had a sandwich before the stream. Thank you. Queen C2, I don't think very effective. I would generally opt for E2. No, he ended up playing E4 anyway. I mean, that might be in his best interest in the long term. One time I saw Kelleher, that's a I Am Strength player from New England. He was in a 20, 40, and 2 game, and his opponent, sorry, a 40 and 2 game, his opponent was a clock burner. Entered a speed chess tournament and won it. He came back to the board, his opponent was just making his move. Bill is a really good friend of mine, but I haven't seen him in a long time. At least three years or so. He was still playing blitz when I saw him. He played in the World Senior a couple times in the not so distant past. So he blundered with Rook C1. I was telling a story, Uber driver, how 2 years ago, well, I guess this was in 2017. Was it in 2006? Wow. Yeah, 2016. It's been December 2016 was the World Senior Championship in Karlovy Vary, what is known as, you would know as Carlsbad. In the chess books, it's called Carlsbad, and I was joking on the stream how Kelleher lost to the 80-year-old, you know, Vlastimil Janza. I mean, it's, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's one thing if you're 65, but it's another thing to be 80. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between 65 and 80, I would think, in terms of performance. I don't know. Between two formerly strong players. You know that game. Oh, wow. Uber driver even knows the game. But you know the game of your own accord, or you know it because I mentioned it earlier in another stream? Did you go and look it up after I mentioned it on the stream, or did you just happen to know that of your own free will? I believe in free will. Here's a take back, like, you know, you don't grant that take back, but I'm going to give it to him because it doesn't matter anyway. At this point, I'm up a piece. I'm not up a piece. I thought I was up a piece. I don't want to give you that take back. I changed my mind. I'm toying with my opponent now. I'll regret it. I'll cry if I lose this game. But normally I wouldn't give a take back. He's doing a pre-move and offers a take back. Is it the same guy? He's got similar rating. He had like bishop and pawn against rook or something. You look it up on your own. I mean, I saw Janza like even 20 years ago. He was old. I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. MTV Unplugged. All right. No, that wasn't a good game for white. No, we got a tough game here from Misclicked. Supposedly he's from Hungary. I have the feeling he's kind of part Hungarian, part something else. But I know a little bit about Hungarians because I'm living there 11 months or 10 or 11 months out of the year. I'm a Hungarian resident, for those of you that don't know. What just happened? What happened? Alright, I'm going to have to refresh my page here. Yes, leave page. Let's get some more challenges out there. Move 11, good to see you. Every kind of performance must be much harder at 80. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I played in the Czech Open in 1998, and that was literally 20 years ago. I remember seeing Janza, and he was an old man, you know, and I'm thinking he's an old man, a really old man then. 20 years later, dude has to be like ancient, you know? I mean, it's not easy to beat 65-year-olds, whippersnappers, when you're 80. I told my story about Baba Kulyanakov losing to Holmov at the Aeroflot Open. I was sort of like, what? I mean, it is possible, though. I have underestimated some older players. I've been guilty of it. Roman Levitt, I told the story about that. He looked like he was on his last legs. And played him in a World Open. Crushed me. Definitely don't underestimate the old dudes. So Misclicked is throwing something totally different at me. I don't know why I played b3 knight f6. I normally don't do that. Now, very unusual move, knight c3, and I turned it into a Sicilian. And we're back into, he turns it into a Sicilian technically with c, so e4. So we're into a Sicilian. I had some similar games against Bloby here. If I play g6, then knight d5, bishop g7 leads to an interesting position. Solid positional players maintain a high level late in their life. Well, I mean, Stinger 8-7, that's pretty self-explanatory. I like Ben. I don't think he, did his college thesis on that theory. No, it's pretty well known. Korchnoi is not really an example of a solid positional player, though. I think you can't really put him in that. I can't really put him in that category. Korchnoi is a little more special. You can't just lump him into the special. Lump him into the solid. Korchnoi played the English, man. I mean, but he also played a lot of other things. He has a really wide repertoire. He played a lot of, sharp, complicated games with both colors. I definitely wouldn't classify him with like the Karpov, Smyslov, Botvinnik. Korchnoi was special. He's difficult to categorize. Yeah, I mean, he was a great positional player, but his style was far more complicated than those other players. And above all, he was a huge fighter, even up until the end. The modern day Lasker. I don't know. They're too unique, I think, to lump them together. Okay, misclicked, playing quickly, but reasonable, I guess. I don't really have a good system here. Maybe I ought to just plunk a knight on d4 there. Certainly didn't refute his b3 type setup. Normally against b3, I like to play d5 and an early bishop g4. So yeah, I mean, Anand is a player that will go on to old age, maintaining his strength for the most part. But I think that according to traditional definition, Korchnoi wouldn't necessarily have been that kind of player that would have maintained his strength. He seems like kind of high energy. Tal, for example, high energy players kind of burn out. Modern players like Topalov, for example, wilder players shouldn't maintain their strength as long. Karpov quit chess. He could have stayed 2700 for a long time. I mean, technically he didn't quit chess, but he basically doesn't play, which is the same thing. A very aggressive move there from our friend Misclicked. Wow, dude. Just going off on me here. No fear. Misclicked is here. Hyper aggressive g4 idea. Knight takes g4, rook g1, I guess. So where are you going to put your king, friend? Rook g8, g5, g5, h4, I suppose. I played a lot of scary Sicilians with black, so this doesn't really frighten me too much. He's going to have to castle queenside, and I'm not castling at all. This move is sort of suspicious structurally for white. Now, King of Fate's pretty committal. Is he thinking about queen takes? 94. It's amazing that he doesn't ever walk in any tactics. Misclicked has a way of doing that, like not really opening himself up to any sort of tactical tricks. Now I've got to worry about f7. Actually, this is probably a very bad move. I thought he should play f4 there. Well, clearly I could have played rook takes h2. Still, I can play rook h2. Maybe it's a blunder. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Quick thinking misclicked. You got to give him credit though. I mean, he's outrated by like 800 points, 750, and he doesn't seem to show any fear. When I play someone who's a lot higher rated, I'm generally like more conservative, and misclicked is going off like he was playing an equal opponent or someone weaker. You're missing out on some nice miniatures by playing silly instead of e5. Well, these guys are pretty good. I don't think they're, weak. But I think a lot of people are better and better at the openings than they used to be. I'm playing 1200s who play the opening well. There's just a lot of information out there, the opening explorers, things like Chessable. I'm seeing people play better and better in the opening. Yeah, I mean, if they don't fear me, civilization will collapse. Exactly, Bloby. Basically, stronger players rely on weaker players to be afraid. The threat is stronger than the execution. Maybe I should have played Queen e7 there. Still, I'm not ready to castle queenside. Now he has a kind of tempo. I wasted time. Taking the pawn really messes up my structure. So that was silly. It's alright. Queen g4, rook h4. Misclick has a good rhythm. He plays quickly. He doesn't spend too much time on one move. He makes safe moves. He doesn't make big blunders. How can he improve his game? Well, he probably needs to play more long games and think a little bit deeper. Solid surface level of chess, but he's not really looking that deeply in the position, I think. Obviously, that takes a lot of experience. Yeah, Astrobate is our resident expert on miniatures. So Uber Driver, you think the French McCutcheon is pretty good? I know Jesse Cry did some videos. Jesse loved to play the French McCutcheon. The Jester. I don't know where it stands now. I got a pawn up and a better structure and the open file. Well, that could be a problem. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to. Islands. Number of islands. We have an island, and you have an island. My island is bigger than your island. I'm on the big island. The big kahuna. Tightening the grip. Still no mate. Well, Jesse likes snory lines, no? I mean, this is a guy who plays the Exchange Slav. I mean, I don't think it'd be more boring than that. That's as bad as the London system. Advocating playing the Exchange Slav. Can't do it. That's like the Exchange French. Alright. Nefedov is here. Blobik's Profitable Crows. That's a cool name. Emilor rechallenged me, but Emilor, you don't have enough games to fulfill my criteria. That's why that wasn't just the time thing. Chess Mastered. Yeah, we'll let Chess Master slide by with 60-some games. Guys, don't forget to support the stream with donations. It's not enough just to subscribe. You have to add bit donations. Pad the pockets of money-grubbing chess streamers like myself. Thank you to Jim, Dragon BC, Mr. Coffee, Beer and Coffee Money, Percy Hepworth, Merle Dixon, Zen Chess, Delacorda, Alms on Twitch, Acerbate, and Gamingopoly. Why didn't you ask before for donations? What do you mean ask before? I always ask. I try not to be too aggressive though. It's not, again, Bob asked me earlier in the stream why I don't have a lot more viewers, you know. But I'm not doing this to be a chess whore. I love the game. I just love playing. I like having my little cult following. I'm not here to maximize, you know, my viewers based on how many Twitch followers I have. Yeah, I mean, I could probably do a new layout, Bob, but again, I have other things going on. You know, I would improve everything about my stream if I could, but I'm really pretty much stretched right now. I can't literally spend more than 10 minutes outside the stream on chess between my lessons and doing this. I think in like 4 months, hopefully, you know, I won't have to, like, you know, be spending my entire day doing other stuff. But you're right. Of course, my stream, yeah, I can improve a lot of things. Bob can help me create a new layout. Something pornographic. Bloby, wow, 1,000, yeah, 1,000 bits donated by Bloby. Thank you, sir. All right, so Nefedov, I wasted a minute talking about stuff. It's not that I can't do it. It's that I don't have time to do it, you know? The old blank layout was better. All right, now don't start with your you know, your Soltigo war, Bob. Hey, at least the background in the room he's in looks cool. I have the Hawaiian summer layout planned for later. All right. My Little Pony. It's a joke, man. I know. All right. You hate ponies. Yeah, it's really not necessary to make it worse, Bob, by drawing attention to the faults. This is the place to do it on a live stream. Mr. Coffee says the pony is what brought him here. And that's what he's trying to get rid of, Mr. Coffee. He wants to change your... Kalia TV said that he's a brony and also a London opening player. I don't know, man. Bob is anti-ponies for some reason. It's really weird. When did you first start developing this anti-pony neuroses that you have? I gotta concentrate. Nefedov is really tough. I keep trying to play rook d1. Trying to force it. There are so many different variations in this classical Slav that they're all very amorphous and similar to one another. Slightly different. I don't like it for white, honestly. But I've played so many games with Nefedov now that I ran out of things to play against him. I ran out of new things to play against him. Bob, is it like a homophobic thing, or that you won't put bronies around your face? I don't have any bronies around my face. There's a panda there. But thanks for, you know, humiliating me live on my stream. I really appreciate it. Bishop d3 or bishop b3? I guess d3 is better. Oh, I lost the pawn. Damn it. I want a brony. Yeah, I'm going to put more bronies for Bob. I'm just going to brony it up with multiple bronies. Probably a couple there in the upper left. It's deep. It's deep stuff. Animated bronies. Alright, so what are we doing here? Bishop g5. How does he meet that, actually? After bishop g5, it's almost like he would have to go back to e7. That doesn't seem right for black. That's not right, Nefedov. I know Nefedov, though. He's a very, very solid dude. He's not afraid to pull the trigger on a solid move like bishop e7. You want me in a good mood? h6. You wouldn't dare play g5, would you? You're not allowed to do that. Not really a typical Nefedov move. He doesn't like to make radically weakening moves. Pretty conservative strategically. So he's, and myself certainly, I wouldn't be happy about playing g5 here. Blobix, thank you for the donation. First player to reach 1,000 bits this week. Start playing Mindless Bullet while chugging bottled water. Well, I mean, to be fair to King Crusher and people like him, he started streaming on YouTube and having a YouTube channel following, and he worked really hard at it. So we can diss him, but I don't want to diss him. I mean, because yes, I'm a much stronger player than like King Crusher, but the thing is that everybody is like, there's always someone better than you, you know, and that's why I try to be a modest person, because there's always somebody better than you. I mean, at whatever level you're at, you know, Magnus Carlsen makes me look like a beginner, you know, but King Crusher worked really hard, so you know, he's not a great player, but I appreciate his dedication to what he did, you know. I agree that like playing Bullet is mindless and sort of stupid, and I don't really like him as a player. If I was offering a draw, he's provoking me, but I do appreciate his dedication. Bishop e7. I don't like him stylistically, and I don't like bullet chess, and you guys know that. But I'm not going to diss him. A lot of people diss him. Yeah, he's kind of corny and whatever. space. The final frontier. Now here he should exchange on f3. I think exchange on f3. No, he missed it. He missed it. Yeah, I mean, he's not an attractive dude like me. Sweet and easy to beat. I have to admit that I stole my streamline from Elmar Magaramov. But anyway, he's not streaming, so... El Marmalade. He probably stole it from somewhere else. It's not copyrighted. But I am sweet, and I'm easy to beat, so it's a perfect... It's a perfect title. It's all true. Why rook takes? I don't know. Just intuitive. It was an intuitive decision, Mr. Bob. My subconscious. Concordians 200, great to finally catch a stream. Yeah, I've been wondering how you've been. Long time no see, Concordians. 200 bits. All right, we're out of time now. We need to just be careful. Defend the weak points. I was just talking to one of my students about this type of position where you have a strong point, like d5 here. It's a little bit of congestion. A lot of pieces trying to use the same one square position. That's terminology I came up with myself for this type of situation. Like e5 the other day we saw in the Acerbate's check Benoni type position. I mean, Nefedov is a strong player, relatively speaking. He's obviously not a god. The knight c8 he had seen years ago. But he knows that I'm not interested in his draw offers in blitz. I also believe that I'm better here. Space is space. Please don't let me blunder. I could have taken on a5 and traded pawns. Doesn't get much more solid than that. No plan is better than a good plan. How does it go again? This is a very debatable move by me. A good plan is better than no plan at all. No, a bad plan. The question is, does Nefedov have any plan? I mean, he has a plan in terms of just moving, but... So, Nefedov's failure in this game was to decisively break with c5 when he had the chance to do it, and he didn't do it, but he could. But he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make... So this indecision on his part to do the decisive move, because he thought it was better to just like do nothing. If we go back here, when I set up the space advantage, I mean, he's got to be fine. But the thing is, like, he might even be better. Before I had a chance to realize the central coordination right now. So if you play c5, does that work? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you gotta make the break. Let's see. It says I should do the break. Like, what was my previous move? Yeah, here. Okay. So c5, let's see. I think he should play c5. The computer isn't agreeing. I have e6. Alright, then it must have been our previous move. Let's go back a couple more moves. Right here. Here, here. Around here. Right now. This is the first moment where he could play c5. He must destroy my center. This is very important. He has to break the center before I have a chance to kind of consolidate it. I thought I'd try some sort of d5, but I don't see how it works. You know, I was looking at just speculative stuff here. Yeah, you can play this, but no, you have to... Nefedov, I think he didn't have that much time to calculate it, but I think you just have to go with your instinct. You know, maybe he couldn't calculate as far, so he decided not to do anything. But there's a moment in the game when you have to take decisive action. You know, this was the best I could do, some sort of speculative pawn sacrifice. Or I could just, you know, not play d5 and have the worst pawn structure. So, all right, we've got half an hour left, guys. So, no, we've got an hour left. Sorry, Blobix, Profitable Crows, Chess Mastered. So however many games we can play in an hour before I pass out. That's where we're at. Blobix. Tough fight from Nefedov, but he has to play c5. Principles are everything. Because we're human, we're not computers. Just trust in the principles. Nefedov has to know. He knows about c5, but he probably figured, I don't quite have time to calculate it, so, you know. But then the position becomes very easy for me to play. And that's how I was able to overtake him on time. Because my position became the easier side to play for the first time. Once I played b takes c, and he didn't play c5. Oh no, no Svashtakovs today, Blobix. I've had enough of that. Let's try the English opening. The English opening. Bloby donated 1,000 bits. Grobbing good. G4. Alright. Knight c3. Korchnoi. Bob says I can beat Blobix. Waiting for the other shoe. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Grobbing good. Grobbing good nobbing. Igor Foigl variation. That's interesting. I mean, you're playing the Sveshnikov, so who else played this against me? Almashi Istvan, the brother of Super GM and many times Hungarian champion Zoltán Almashi, his older brother István, had a game in this line. We transposed to a Sicilian after e4. Spectacular. So what's up? You know, I'm hoping that the Blubix, you know, Sveshnikov variation of Sicilian player won't be as comfortable transposing to a kind of Khan-like setup. Spectacular Camel is back from the hospital. Hopefully not, literally. So Blubix leaves book with e5, playing a kind of weird line. f4, gotta do it. Gotta play f4 here. I gotta do this. Principles are principles for a reason. Just bedridden, nothing serious. Right, no, Lasker variation is many people still call it the Lasker Pelican Uber driver. In certain countries, like I think in Hungary, I'm not sure now. Well, in any case, yeah, I mean, come to think of it, that's weird, because Dorian's book on the Sveshnikov was called the Sveshnikov. But in many places I've seen it referenced as maybe the German chess books, I don't know, Lasker Pelican. Because Lasker was German, it would be natural that Germans would favor that name. This is all about pawn structure, Percy Hepworth. Pawns control the game. This is a total fail for Blubix. He's out of his gourd. This is like virtually lost for black. I'm just not sure which way to recapture. It looks lost for black. BC. Central. I just figured that if I play with the DC, he has 94. But he's still probably lost there. On the other hand, I mean, bishop h6 could come in handy in this type of position. I think black is essentially positionally lost here. We've never seen Blubix get busted in the opening. But he does experiment sometimes. I think he thought it was a Wednesday stream where we're playing weird openings. D5, queen g7, queen h4, check g3, obviously. That's not good, Uber driver. Even Uber driver. Oh, you have a move there. Queen, you keep going. Knight g3? No. I don't think so. This doesn't look good. Profitable Crow says, funny man. What should black do in f4? Ask for a take back about the last move. Um, it's just a really good King's Gambit for white, I would think. Look, man, it's the Vienna game, and we have the additional moves. It's a Vienna Gambit with c4 and b6. I guess c4 is more useful than b6. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was stronger to take back with a d-pawn. Natural developing move. Although I still have an insanely strong position here. It looks like one of Astrobait's night adventures. Astrobait's excellent adventure. Can I do this? Like, teasing him? No more queen e4 check. Alexa's connect to your air conditioner. Nice. See, that's the big mistake when you start. Roby the robot controls the spaceship. Wow. This is gonna get ugly. Lobix is on his last legs now. So he has that. He has bishop h6, knight e6. The point of b6, bishop b7, is evident now. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that we have queen c8. Queen f6, but there's still no knockout blow. No way to decoy his knight from c6. How do I finish him off now? It feels like black should just be totally gone. Goners. I mean, I guess bishop h6 is still strong. Doesn't feel like the right move, though. I guess it is the right move. I can just take here. It's kind of a materialistic approach. He's not giving up yet. Man, he's really motivated now, it seems like. He's more motivated than ever. I'm out of here. The moves are just coming lightning speed. I don't like that diagonal, Blubix. Oh, he has that defensive move. Wow, didn't do it. Okay, he wants to play knight f4. First things first. What? Damn. Tactical ending. He's angry now. Whoa. I feel like Nefedov. This is a lot like how Nefedov messed up the game against me the other day. Just too many pawns, man. You're not going to get away with this. He like insta moves every single move. Pretty impressive. He's got to be a good bullet player. He's 1886. Considerably underrated at bullet. I don't want to play him in bullet, man. He's fast. All right, Blobix. Nice try to survive the opening there. But interestingly, move 11 decides to ask the question, what do you do against f4? No games found. So I've created an opening novelty here, f4. I mean, maybe the critical question is, you're welcome for the game. f4, pawn takes pawn, e5, queen e7. That I thought was the critical continuation. Is it all a lie? Am I living a lie in this position? No, because f4, pawn takes pawn, it's like a scotch. But there are lines in the King's Gambit. Yeah, f4, pawn takes pawn, e5, queen e7, queen e2. Yeah, it's the same thing like the Vienna game. That's actually, ironically, this is a variation that isn't really played, but it could exist. Theoretically, no one plays it, but I looked at this because I had a game. There's this one game here. It's not that bad for black. Shockingly. You learn some strange things, you know, being a chess streamer, but you would just assume this is like horrible for black. I mean, obviously you could play like knight f3 and transpose to something. But so e5, first of all, I mean, there's queen e7, right? Queen e7, queen e2. White has a great game. But surprisingly, knight g8, I had a game like this on the stream once. And over the board, I sort of realized, you know, this isn't that bad for black. It's almost like a knight g8 Aliekin or something. Look at Stockfish, it's like plus 0.3 for white. So that's possible to play that against the Vienna game. But if you think about it, like e4, okay, what did we have in the game? The game actually started c4, knight f6, so these extra moves, like knight c3, b6, e4. And he played e5, which is the main move, according to the theory here. f4 is the #1 move of Stockfish. Now, I don't know if it was the #1 move before my game with Blowby, or Stockfish was like, all right, f4 is the best move. Now you convinced me. Because I literally never analyzed this position in my life. I just know, you know. So you've got 21 games by master level players, but no one played the slaggy f4 till now. And, I mean, this has got to be the right move, you know. So can he take and play e5, queen e7? So this is just flat out good for white, just like that other line. Another idea is just, yeah, like the other line. Takes e5, knight g8. I mean, that's probably the best. So the Asterby. So the slaggy line. Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best move for white. Just, you know, minor thing. It's a little more dynamic than g3. What else did they play there? Like g3 and knight f3. Okay, knight f3 blocking your f pawn. Hey, that's a great idea. Or g3, like the slow. No, I mean, this is the best move. You've got to understand chess. To create opening theory, you have to first understand chess. f4 is the best move. Okay, guys, let's go. So we've got 40 minutes left in the stream. Profitable Crows using his own time control of 5 plus 4. Whatever, man. All right, we've got a 5 plus 2. We've got a 5 plus 4. We've got a 5 plus 7. Random. All right, whatever. I'm not going to ask you to re-challenge me. I'm normally doing 5 plus 3. Just so you know. We were lucky with the English. Let's try it again. So, but I mean, because there's no games in the Opening Explorer, doesn't mean that's actually a novelty. It's very possible, like, a 2000 player played that move before. I would be surprised if someone hadn't. It's also possible that someone played the move 60 years ago, and the lichess Opening Explorer only goes up to like 1945 or whatever. It's possible there's like old games where that move was played. I mean, if Korchnoi played that position with white, you know, he wasn't a King's Gambit player, but he played the English all his life. I can't imagine that Korchnoi wouldn't at least consider f4 very seriously. It's sort of shocking that Agrest and all these other players, nobody played f4. There is one consideration, though. I mean, those games that we saw in that line in the Opening Explorer, is there a possibility that that position can be reached by a different order of moves where, let's say, I mean, does that affect things at all? You change the order of moves in reaching that position? Not really. If the move is possible, it's possible. It doesn't matter how we got to that position, right? Okay, bishop takes c3 was a move I played against Mark Quinn here, but I think that's a very dangerous line for black, actually. But probably better here than if the knight's on f3 for white. Having played e3 makes this line with bishop takes c3, Larsonian type of move, more playable. But he just goes into normal. A normal setup. Botvinnik against Petrosian. I'm Petrosian and he's Botvinnik. This is the Petrosian formation. This is the Botvinnik formation. Not afraid to play the King's Gambit. King's Gambit English opening variation. Oh no, white can play bishop takes c6, that's true. Yeah, of course you could do a reverse. You can do it in reverse. No doubt. Alright, guys, gotta focus here. The Alcantor. This is not really the best square for the knight. Mark Dvoretsky, I had the privilege of working with him on this type of variation, and from White's perspective. And we came to the conclusion that, he came to the conclusion and taught me that basically black's fine playing knight e7, knight h6. But of the three, it seems like knight f6 is the worst. And it's the same thing that we were talking about a minute ago. It's all about like the break along the f-file. You're generally like, who's the first one to make that break has strategic advantage, essentially. All right. So, thanks guys for supporting the stream. Bloby, not only playing great and interesting games, thanks for playing that risky variation against me, Bloby. Almashi Ishvan, we had the game in that line and he played d6. I think that's the reliable way. Not e5, but d6. And you just allow white to transpose to kind of Sicilian Paulson, or I guess, what would it be? Some kind of hedgehog type of Sicilian. Bishop f5 is a weird move, but maybe not that bad. Discouraging rook b1. How do we deal with bishop f5, actually? Just thinking he hasn't castled here. I have very good control of d5. I don't really like the way I'm playing this. a3 seems wrong. Maybe I should go h3. Okay, a5. That's reasonable. That's the way you're going to be. Not going to let me play that. Sometimes a knight can sit on b5 and just kind of hang out and be annoying. It isn't very central, though. I think there he could consider going really crazy. Sort of h5, queen d7 type of plan. Not the soundest type of approach, but to try to justify this bishop on f5, you can try this very primitive h-file type of attack. One of the things I was thinking when I played a3 was that I was keeping his knight off of b4. Chess 366 fan search brought a few games after you made f4. I'm curious if any of them are like old games, or they're like the under 12 championship of Sri Lanka, 1995. Sri Lankan under 12 championship. You get a lot of games like that. But unfortunately, the lichess Opening Explorer doesn't, and it's a general Opening Explorer. It's not created by lichess. They subscribe to it, I guess. Pay a fee. It's like a service that's provided to different chess sites by someone. What do you mean before that, no games? Before the Sri Lankan Championship of 95? Alright guys, this is just kind of taking too much time here. I need to move. Rook b8 is a normal move in the Budvinik. What are we doing, kids? Korchnoi would play g4, perhaps. How crazy are we feeling? It's a little bit risky. How to play Queen H1. That's a blitz game I had with Helgi Olafsson. That was probably in English. Running out of time. Just restraining everything I'm trying to do. Honestly, I'm kind of frustrated here. Alright, screw it. I'll just play e4. I don't know what to do. Probably this is the right plan. Probably. We're gonna sacrifice ourselves some pawns. Can't have everything. Tough 1580. We did get the Australian. What time is it in Australia? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. A late night Australian. F4 has got to come. That's the move of the day. There is no other plan. I mean, you could play G4 first. I feel like this is a bit more strategic. He didn't play bishop e6, interestingly. Like, he feared f5, so... Which way do we take, with the pawn or with the knight? Uh-oh, the camel culture is here. Maybe bishop g5. Good God, man. Don't like your dark squares. Why don't I like that plan, Uber driver? Something about this particular position. I mean, it's certainly not bad. It's playable to do that. I don't really like it for some reason in this. It crossed my mind to play bishop g5. But he has other tricks like knight g4 check. So. With the king there, probably not a good idea. Anyways, h6 or something. So I think after this, white has a classic spatial bind. Nigel Davies. The English opening with Nigel Davies. Uh-oh, he's going to sack a piece. Almost has something here. Now it's... Oh no, knight g3. Key. Look, my bad bishop. My bad bishop's not bad anymore. It was a bad bishop. But now he's getting massaged. This looks really good. The f-pawn in action. Basically, yeah, this kind of collapsed. Oh, I hope this works. Damn it. He's got some little ideas hanging on there. Wow. KG. The magic mate. Magic mate. Yeah, luckily I had knight d5 to decoy him. Knight f6, knight d5, knight h5, knight e7 check. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so he loses a piece. If he tries the only obvious defense with knight f6, I have this. Knight d5, a timely move. Caveman mate. No, he had an attack, I thought, on my... No, he had an attack on my pawn, but I guess you're right, Uber driver. I guess you're right. I should have played knight d5. I'm having hallucinations for some reason. I don't know. I had some sort of hallucination. No, I didn't have hallucination. He has queen h4, Ubi. No, I saw that. I didn't like knight d5, queen h4, defending against queen h5. The automatic bazooty, as Beck would say. Automatic bazooty, 0 to 2d fruity. After knight d5, queen h4, what's the next move? My good friend. So queen h5 was necessary first, and only then knight d5, because knight f6, knight d5, knight h5, knight e7, check, king h8, and knight takes h5, and we win a piece. Luckily, it worked out. It was all planned in advance. Chess mastered. Oh, the move before. You want to go to the move before. What, like here? No, then he has queen f7. Oh. See, now you're seeing more than me. That's not fair. Uber driver analyzed ahead. He saw knight d5, queen f7, and f takes g6, which I missed completely. Yeah, so this really is automatic, automatically winning, because I have the knight e7 check. I totally didn't see that. Good job. All right. Thank you for the game. Chess Master. We've got all these challenges, guys. I'm ending the stream at 3 o'clock. Maybe I'll raid Joanna's stream. But I'm not going to be here longer than 3 o'clock. We'll try to do a raid before I finish. We got 20 minutes left. All right, knight f3. Fuchsia's what? What? Fuchsia's what? Fuchsia's what?
For the last time, no.
I can't even talk properly. What's up, Fuchsia? A very rare midday stream. What is 3 o'clock in real time? Oh no, not another one of these. Now I'm black. The only game I've lost with black in the last 3 years in the Hungarian and Budapest Team Championships was this position against International Master, what's his name? Mészáros András, an old IM. You guessed it. I played bishop takes c3 in this position, and Mészáros played a really nice game. He's like a 22-30 rated International Master who's like in his late 60s. He played an awesome game against me, but I was pissed because that was really like the only game I've lost in 3 seasons. But I think I'm going to have to give that up because it's just not really good for black. So we're going to play like the last opponent. This trendy move has been getting a lot of coverage. The first time someone played this against me, I was like, what is that? That's just stupid, you know? It reminds me of a move actually going back to the 80s. I had the standalone chess computer, the Excalibur something. It was 2100. A 2100 standalone chess computer. And it did moves like bishop f5 all the time. Pieces that just get attacked outside the pawn chain in a closed position was something that 80s era chess computers didn't really appreciate. Knight h4 to me looks a little too over the top. Probably a reasonable move, but debatable because the knight is on the side of the board. There's some justification for that, but I think there's also an argument against it because it's vulnerable and simply placed away from the center. Philosophy of Chess Openings 101. Masturbate what? Chess Master Ed? What's that? I didn't understand Fuchsia's. What is 3 o'clock in real time? You had a standalone chess computer, like the same kind? Is that what you're trying to say? The idea is bishop b1. You mean me? Bishop 1? Bishop to bishop 1. Uber driver, you're using descriptive notation now? Bishop to bishop 1. You had a Mephisto in the early 90s. Fuchsia, you said you're 8 years old. Now that's not consistent. Mephisto was popular. I never had one of those. They look pretty nice. They're a little pricier than this, what was it, company that made the Excalibur 2100. Chess Mastered 1400. Pretty principled play here by Chess Mastered. Getting a little bit worried. Bishop takes c3 is still... Now it's kind of risky to do that. Now bishop f5. No, bishop f5 d4. White has a good game there already. I also noticed that my friend Vasek Rylik and his wife Evada Rylik were using, what's it called, Rybka a lot. He's the creator of Rybka, and one of the lines that she was playing, because I think they used a lot of Rybka ideas in their openings, she was playing similar stuff, like bishop g4, bishop, willing to retreat the bishop to induce weaknesses. In the English, I had some games, I had at least one game with Evada where she did like this, you know, and I thought, okay, that's just good for white, but I couldn't in practice. I think Rybka liked the idea that white creates a lot of pawn weaknesses in its position. Yeah, I mean, bishop h3 is the idea. I think you could rip there on c3 too, if you want to play in a completely positional way. There was a very similar position, actually, a European Club Cup or European Individual Championship a couple of years ago. The German Grandmaster Jens Maywald won a game against Banus, Grandmaster Banus from Hungary, in a similar way. Probably I should have taken that, or can at least opt for that. The h5 is interesting. Again, we have another player who's like 1400 playing the opening in a way more advanced way that a 1400 is really typically capable of. Alexa. Aleha. We'll pronounce the Greek method of pronunciation. So white's basically playing like the perfect strategy here. Again, a little bit too advanced for most people who are 1400 to handle the opening this accurately. I'm not sure if, I mean, I get a lot of weird games against people who are like 1200, 1400. They play the opening like perfectly. It's like, okay, dude, whatever. Some people use opening books and they think that's not cheating, but it actually is. Even if it's an unrated game, should never do that. All right. Some people just don't know, though, you know. They start playing online, they think it's okay as long as they're not using the computer to make their moves for them, you know. But I do notice that a lot of players exorbitantly play well in the opening. It had nice pieces. One day your cat found them, and that was the end of it. Oh, snap, really? The magnetic pieces, the cat just stored them away somewhere. You never got it back? Obviously, you could send to the company for new pieces or something, Fuchsia. I'm sure they'll hook you up with some some magnetic cats. If it was a dog, I think you'd be worried that it might actually eat them. Now we got the primitive attack going on. Primitive attack. Check. Position only Asterbait can love. So what are we going to do, guys? I need to hear it from you. Where is the win? Knight g4, knight h2. I kind of like knight f6 here. Deflect the knight f3, exactly. But how? Subtles Duncan. No, we have no time for all those challenges, guys. T-Rex is like challenging me to a second game. Sunfish is a bot. Uber Driver. I don't think Uber Driver is going to make it. We're not taking subscribers first, so maybe one more game, it looks like. No begging. I mean, knight e5, does it just end it? Not exactly. The end is near. The end is clear. No, I mean he's knight h4 all the time. That's the problem. Like a dragon. He'll just block the h line if I go g4. Doesn't g5 win the knight? You mean g4? You gonna buy a Mephisto from Amazon? Fuchsia, do you still have the board and everything? Maybe you can sell it on eBay. Blobby's #1 donations this week. Mate is on the way. D7 check. Knight g5, knight f3. He has, I guess, that move. That's true. Missed that. Does have that. It does stop the mate, but he's not going to last long. Played the opening well. That's going around. Good opening play. It's getting contagious. Not into resigning. Mate is on the horizon. Speaking of the horizon, though, I mean, when I played h4, is he better here? Let's see what the Oracle says. It's unclear. Bishop h3, queen h3, dc5. And it says that white's slightly better. Okay, it's a normal position. Very, very sound play by black. Guys, last game for today, and I'm out. Hiroku. Was she the player? Didn't I already play them? No, they aborted that game. Alright, guys, I'm going to take this last challenge from Hiroku. That's a King Crusher attack. Very sound. You got to do the primitive stuff when you're King Crusher. You're playing arenas. It's how quickly you can win the game. So basically, in the arena format, I mean, you just have to win as quickly as humanly possible, or you just resign and go on to the next game. I mean, that's the idea. It's got to be like an assembly line that operates very quickly. You know, you can't beat him quickly. I beat him pretty quickly. He resigned against me fairly fast a couple times we played. He didn't waste any time resigning. I mean, once he had a lost position, that was it. He did not mess around like trying to play out clearly bad position against me. He just resigned. Though he did once make a video on YouTube of a game he beat me. It was terrible. It was on ICC, and it was a long time ago, you know, over 10 years ago, where I played some kind of blitz game with white where I was winning like really winning, and then he outplayed me in the lost position pretty nicely to save the game. So, but that was in the days before lichess and before the arena style. No, I feel like when you play the arenas, the secret is to like win or lose quickly. You know, you just play as many games as you can. Thanks everybody for joining me. International Master William Paschall closing out our Friday stream here with a reverse Queen's Gambit exchange variation against Hiroku. Thanks everybody for subscribing and for donating to support the stream. Blowbee, Jim, Dragon BC, the whole list. Thanks to all you guys. Thanks to Camel Culture for coming to watch. How did Brian do? Good Chicago 2300 section, right? Pretty much performance we all expected, right? Camel Culture, good stuff. Are you his backer? Who's his backer for the under 2300 section of the Chicago Open? No, I didn't really expect a good result there, but he did start off well, right? He had like 2 out of 3 or something. C4 is sort of a surprising move. Inconsistent. 2.5, but he had 2.5 out of 3 to start, right? Or 2 out of 3. It's terrible. Terrible. I mean, that would... Man. But he was just having fun playing his weird openings. I know. Joe told me about it. Brian's just not a serious person. You can't expect him to play serious chess ever. Alright, so Hiroku here likes his isolated pawn position. It's basically a standard type of setup. Pretty fast, solid. Now what do I do? C3 Sicilian-esque. The Joker. I like the Joker. It's a Jack Nicholson thing. I don't know. I just like Jack Nicholson. I guess that's why I like the Joker. Well, I mean, this is probably like best play for white in this type of position. Queen d6, maybe. It's really a c3 Sicilian. I know this is a move. I don't really like it, but it's a move. Hiroku, another player. You guys are very good in the openings, I have to say. I would say don't study the openings, kids, because everybody seems to be good at the opening. No sense studying the openings anymore. Very solid play by white. Our last game for today. Serious chess played at the Chicago Open. Under 2300 section. So Infinite Flash Chess also showed us a game from the under 2100 section he played. And that was in yesterday's subscriber stream. He chose to play the black side of the 4 knights with knight d4 and then drew with a, I guess, weaker player. It's hard to play e4, e5 for a win. I guess it's hard to play anything with black for a win, though. Man, Hiroku, what is Hiroku's deal? I mean, this player is just ridiculously solid. $15-18. I have beaten him 5 games, but I mean this. Wow, I don't know if I can beat a 1500 in this position. It's just, it's like playing Merle. My goodness, this is just too static, and I don't think I even made a mistake. I don't think I even made it an accuracy in this game, and I still have only equal. My advantage is something like 0.1 for black, probably. I like the Joker. Yeah, let's do some Jokers. That's left over. The Joker. Brian is a Joker. Brian Wall, former New Englander for a time. He lives in Colorado with camel culture. Lives at camel culture's house, apparently. That's definitely a cozier spot than being homeless. Right, now I don't want to trade pieces here if I'm playing for a win against the 1500 rated Hiroku. Immediately showing us a sense of his priorities. Priority male. I mean, Queen A4 is a very logical move, I admit. On the other hand, it feels a bit on the materialistic side. I have a plan. Man, systematic 1500. Damn, dude. Mother of 1500s. He who hesitates is lost. I thought maybe he could just keep going and try to make a run for it. Yeah, well, that's great, Camel Culture. Camel Culture sees Rookie 3. He sees... He sees ghost pieces. Now I feel so much better that I played Rook G6. Oh, man. I always lose the last game, the stream usually. That's been going on for a while now. We're going to pack it up after this. He's running out of time. Threatening Queen H3. Queen H3, Queen G6, blah, blah, blah. Rook H6 is not on. Not on yet. I don't really like being in this pin, I'll tell you. I'll tell you, kids. We can use Camel Culture's ideas. Now we can recalibrate our rooks to introduce the possibility of a Camel Culture like sacrifice on E3. An additional feature of the position. Do I have a threat? No, not really. And I don't like the fact that I can get back rank mated here. Looks like time will be our savior. Guys, we have a subscriber stream, excuse me, we have a simul stream on Sunday. Wow, the losing move, F4. The worst move ever. Self-immolation after a great game. Just make sure. Always check. You know the rest. BF4, BF4, BFD. BF4, BF4, Rook D3. I mean, I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Someone suggested H5. I like that. Why is he not dying yet? Where is the mate, man? The mate, man. I feel like there's a mate here. There's no mate because of that, obviously. That's not mate. Does anyone know what's going on? I'm going to lose to a 1500. He's pretty tough. Pretty tough. Not tough enough. Alright, we managed to do it. That wasn't pretty, and I don't think it was accurate. Don't think that was too accurate. Does rook takes h3 even... Is that even sound? Man. Is it even sound to do this? Yes, apparently. So this is a blunder. Wow. Queen f3 is a blunder. I can just take. I was freaking out because I saw this mate down here. I just completely missed the line. Check. Queen g2. This just evaded me. Not accurate at all. So I let him reach an equal position after rook takes h3, queen h3, rook h2, queen f3, check, rook g2. He blundered himself. He could have played queen g2. And now I'm up some pawns for the exchange. Okay, I'm still better. I have to find a perfect move now. Queen g3. I would never find that. Alright guys, I'm out of here. See if we can see what we can do here. Let's see. We're still streaming. Do you guys know where the raid is? I haven't raided anyone in a while. Let's try to do a raid. Where is the thing for raiding another stream? We're gonna raid Ruslan Ponomaryov. Try to raid Ruslan Ponomaryov stream. That's what we'll do. I can't find the way to raid people. Where is it? Do you know that? Where's the raid command? Heartvice and Noodle just donated 1,500 bits as we're finishing the stream. Wow, Ponda's getting hungry. What's the raid command? Can we just type in raid? I never do this, but we ought to give back to other streamers. /raid. Yeah, we should be able to do it by just a normal command. Let's try it. Yeah. Ready to raid in 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 16 viewers. All right. Raid now. 17 viewers. Ready to raid. We'll raid Joanna's stream. What's up? Be nice. Look at those icons. Bouncy. Bounce. You need a bouncy house. You should do bouncy house. Bouncy house stream, dude. The bouncy house stream, dude. Anyway, what's up, man? Alright. Spinal Tap, dude. Spinal Trap, dude. Spinal Tap, what's up, man? What's up, dude? What's up? Camel culture, camel culture, dude. It's camel culture, dude. Culture, dude. Camel culture, dude. Anyway.